defense, especially the first three quarters collectively. Fourth quarter, Reddish hurt us. Broke down a little bit, but really liked how we played with the exception of the turnovers in the first half. Took a little life out of us. In the second half when they started blitzing, Trey, particularly pick and roll, we have to have better spacing and just learn how to attack different coverages collectively. So.
In that first quarter, you guys had 13 assists on 13 made field goals. Just how do you think that kind of started out the game, getting everyone involved a little bit?
I think it shows the mentality that these guys want to have and that we've been talking about. So to see that early, I think sometimes as the game progresses, we lose that a little bit, just because it's got to become habitual about the way we play. And there's things the defense does, to adjust to that. They started playing zone, we got a little loose of the ball, and then we're taking it out of the net on the other end. But I was pleased with our connectivity. That's going to be it's a theme for this group.
I know you talked about the defensive side too, and just not letting Dame go off. You guys did a really good job controlling him there too. Just what did you think about the defensive principles and the little details you've been focusing on the last couple days in practice?
Well, it starts on the ball, and I thought DJ was really good. Other guys too. When he's got the ball in transition, we can't necessarily get our matchups. And Humgarden and Jalen did a really good job on it as well. So we had some minutes there when DJ was out where we didn't let up, and he's going to make plays and make shots. But I think for the most part, we were solid. There was a couple of actions that they ran that we didn't cover very well, and got punished for them. But on the whole, your whole team has to be dialed in order to guard him. And I thought particularly the guys on the back line, they were playing, covering for each other, and our help is improving. We have ways to go. It was just a good step.
I know you talked about too, and working on his three-point shot. Did you drop that play for him to make that three?
He told me that. I said how many. He's taking a lot of 3 points. He's working on it. So anytime a player is working on something like that, if you have an opportunity, and he didn't. He shot it with a lot of confidence. He didn't hesitate at all. Sometimes after timeout, if a player knows he's going to get a shot, they're more mentally prepared. He was ready to shoot.
On Wednesday, you mentioned needing the guards to kind of step up and rebound a little bit more. Trey had 7 rebounds tonight. Just curious what was working as far as them kind of getting into position to get those.
They just got to go. They got to be aggressive and understand. If our guards rebound, they have a chance to push the ball. I think when we get those rebounds, we have to do a better job of sprinting with space so we can throw the ball ahead. Long rebounds are really hard to defend against, so we can get guard rebounding. That's an important part of both our defense, obviously, closing possessions, and then leads to offense.
Quinn, how long is it going to take for this entire team to get down your system, offensively, defensively, to the point that you like it?
There's things that we're trying to fold in. I think the most important thing for us is to continue to develop a mentality. To have that mentality from a system standpoint, it's something as simple right now is just spacing. We give ourselves a chance to play together where we have passes that we can throw. As far as system-wise and kind of tactically, there's that's a process. The system is not always, it's not ready-made. It has to evolve to personnel. So we make some assumptions about what guys can do, try to create situations that can help them. But right now, 2 practices, it's tough. But these guys have been great. I told them I think we won the game the last 2 days in practice, the way we practiced.
Coach, a lot of times with players, when they miss significant time, we get back into game shape. How long does that take for coaches, especially with some rule changes?
Yeah, I was on the competition committee, but it was a while ago. So, I think there's things. I'll tell you what really I feel fortunate. The guys on our staff. That was part of the practice. You know, we had guys that were doing a lot of teaching. You know, there's times when I'm trying to figure out a call and Joe's got my back, and it's really, I'm fortunate in that sense. These guys, you know, have been as supportive and trying to help me, you know what's going on out there, because there's times I'm a little, you know, I won't say lost, but I can get confused as well. But that's frankly, that's part of being on a team, whether it's a coach or a player or whatnot. You know, we want to help each other. So sometimes they're helping me.
Obviously, DeJounte was going early in this one. As he goes further along, do you try to help facilitate like him continuing to go, or just let things play out naturally?
Both. You know, I think anytime you've got a player, you know, it's got the hot hand, that there's opportunities, you know, particularly out of timeout, you can do things for him. You know, he's as good a mid-range player. I mean, it's a weapon. You know, particularly when people are guarding the line and protecting the rim. And you know, he hit a couple that were you know, really hard shots. You know, but a lot of late clock or whatever, and he's making good reads. And when they're taking the mid-range away from him, because eventually people will get up, you know, then he's got an opportunity to adjust and do other things. But he's so confident, you know, with that area in the floor. And they're not long twos either. You know, he's getting deep enough where pop shots for him. And he's unique in that sense. And he's going to keep getting better.
Thanks, Coach.